I am Sue Webley. Welcome to another episode of InSpire. Hey, listen, every time I hear that intro music, I am jamming. I see Angie jamming back there. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of InSpire. I'm so excited about today because today is our very Inspire holiday celebration, and we're going to be talking all about Defiant Joy. I see you coming in. Do me a favor, share this broadcast this morning with your families, with your friends. I say, hey, Marcia Brandon, good morning to you. House of X Entertainment, Wanston and hubby, good morning. I am well. Good morning. It's so good to see you. I see all of you on Instagram. If you see me looking this way, Instagram is over there. So good morning. Locks for Life and Hood and Hope. Listen, hey, sis. Listen, the people are coming in because they are excited, just as excited as I am for our broadcast today. I'm not going to belabor the time. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my fabulous co-host because, I'm not doing this alone today. I'm not by myself. Hallelujah. I'm not by myself today. So I want to introduce to you, Angela, my dear sister. When I was thinking about who I wanted to co-host with me today, I thought about Angie, and I forgot to ask her, because I got ADHD, so I do a whole bunch of things in my head, thinking I did it in real life, and I didn't. And so, but when I asked her, she immediately said yes. So Angela is a storyteller, an advocate, a powerful voice who champions healing, authenticity, and unapologetic self-expression. Known for her ability to create spaces of transformation and connection, Angela brings wisdom, humor, and heart to every single conversation. Whether she's speaking truth to power or encouraging others to embrace their fullest selves, Angela embodies the essence of defiant joy. And so as we prepare to have Angie join us on screen, let's take a look at one of the pieces from her new book. And this is called 'Twas a Recovery.
'Twas the day before Christmas, as I stayed focused on his cross. I didn't think it would be merry after all I've lost. My emotions were scattered and very difficult to manage. It was clear I had been hurt and needed to assess the damage. I was in a dark place, seemingly alone in my head, positioned for greatness, but sleeping on a blow-up bed. However, I remained obedient, dedicated, and committed to the walk. I could feel my position changing. I just needed to be silent and not talk. When out of the blue, my father made a wondrous clatter. He never left me alone, but wanted to see what was the matter. He had ordered my steps and knew that I had faith. This wasn't my first test, nor was it my 7th or 8th. I wanted the pain to stop, but I knew it had to be a reason. This was a necessary lesson, a gift for me in this season. When I finally understood, through my tears, I sat in silence. I would need to extract the lessons and not sit in defiance. When to my eyes and heart, an incredible peace did appear. God had heard my prayers, and an end was obviously near. I had been doing the work and making plenty of room. I had to do lots of sweeping, but no, not with a broom. I heard him say, now growthologist queen and dear child of mine, oh daughter and mother and friend so kind, resume your position and grow on with your assignment. Your healing will continue, but you must end your confinement. He poured down his blessings. I just needed to make space. I wasn't being punished. God had actually created this place. I didn't ask why. I just needed to extract my intended lessons. Now I'm merry on this Christmas, and my stocking is filled with his blessings.
Yay. I'm back here emotional.
It's too early to cry.
Okay. I'm back here feeling joy. Joy. Thank you. Editor-in-chief, that's what you'll always be to me. I thank you for having me on this show. I thank you all for all the audience. And thank you for being the first to premiere that new video. It's a wonder. I'm speechless. Look at that. That's all you need is a speechless co-host, right?
Right.
Like she didn't say anything the whole time. But thank you for asking. And it was definitely and is going to be my pleasure to be able to be here with you. This is an honor for sure. So I offer you a mercy for sure.
Thank you so much, Angie. Listen, you are the first one that taught me about growing up, right? We are constantly growing up.
Right.
We don't stop growing just because we become adults.
That's right.
Always growing to do. And you are the consummate growthologist.
Yeah, how about that? And I know that you are. It's always you always host. You host this thing, but I wanted to actually turn the tables a little bit. And since we're talking about you, I think the audience would agree with me. It's only necessary for you to kind of kick things off. And I would love to know, like, how do you personally define joy? So you came up with this title. How do you personally define joy?
How do I first? The way I've defined joy has changed over the years. So, for those of us that kind of grew up in church, we define joy a certain way. We define joy, joy in the Lord, joy in Jesus. We define joy as connected to our theologies. But I've come to learn that joy is something that is really, it can be connected to the divine, right? It can be connected to Jesus, but it's also connected to community. It's also connected to our interactions with each other. It is connected to things that we may not always attribute to joy. And for me, it has become like this deep sense of peace,
yes,
and contentment.
Yes,
even when life sucks. Even when life be lifing.
Right.
Right.
All right.
And so rather than it being tied to any type of obedience to some religious practice, right, or discipline, or tied to external validation, because many of us tie joy to things outside of ourselves, right? I see it as something that is innate inside of me, that's always there, something that I didn't have to earn.
Right. Yes.
Right? Something that is my birthright. Right? Joy is self-love.
Yes.
right? Especially in a world that consistently tries to diminish the light of Black queer women like me.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Oh
So
my goodness.
yeah, that is my personal definition of joy.
Absolutely. Hey, I think that was mic drop and we can end the show. Thank you all for showing up. Yeah, spoken. That's it. That was amazing. And I love how you transition that from this is what I grew up knowing it to be. And then
Yeah.
the secret came out that I could craft it, create it, mold it, shape it, call it up, dispense it, suppress it, all that good stuff myself.
Yeah. Y'all in the audience, feel free to share your personal definition of joy. We want to hear your thoughts as well. And of course, as our guests come up, we want to hear their personal definitions of joy as well. So listen, we're not going to be talking heads today. We want to engage and interact with you. So since we're asking questions, Angela, what you got in your cup this morning?
What I'm sipping out? Water.
Oh my God! Look at water. I'm so jealous of this. I am jealous.
Yes. That's what I'm sipping out.
Look at this. I love it.
But it's just water because that's what I need to hydrate myself. That's the joy I'm finding this morning is in the water. H2O.
Well, amen. Because there's joy in this coffee. Hallelujah.
What you got?
There's water in the coffee. So listen. So let me take a sip first.
Yeah, take your sip first. Let me sip.
Because y'all know coffee bring me joy. And there's water in the coffee. So praise God. So Sister Allison, stop by the hotel.
Cute. That is so cute.
She knows I love coffee roasters. Look at the tumbler she made.
Yeah, I need one of
those.
Is
the truth, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm doing my favorite things giveaway, so this tumbler's gonna be one of them. But yes. So that's what's in my cup. Let me know, y'all. Let us know
what you
where you're watching from. If you're just joining us, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what you're sipping on. Is it water? Is it is it juice? Is it coffee? Is it tea? Is it a smoothie? If it's something stronger, we are not judging. Right?
Right. Might be a little jealous, but we're not judging
on this one.
For sure.
But we have a no, you know what? Because I know we're going to be kind of being engaged in conversation with all of our guests. And so Angela, I do want you to share your personal definition of joy before we transition to bringing our first guest.
Mine is sweet and simple. Joy, to me, is one of the elevated emotions that we all get the opportunity to have. For me personally, I can find joy, and I do find joy in every little thing. I was just sharing with our panelists. I found joy last night in the fact that I was laying down and my pillow was soft, and I got to close my eyes for 7 hours and finding joy. And the biggest thing I've learned in these last 4 or 5 years is that, like you, I get to call up joy. I get to dispense it. I get to create it. I get to see it. I get to feel it whenever I have the desire. And that puts me in charge. That puts me in control. And I love that versus me attempting to find that in something, someone, or somewhere else. I get to have it right here in this moment at this address right now. And that's, everything else is an enhancement, but it starts with me, pivotal. Yeah, for sure and for certain. But we're going to get things started because we're going to bring up, it happens to be one of my personal favorites. Returning to InSpire is someone whose voice resonates far beyond the mic. Anna Deshawn, my boss, the multi-award-winning podcast producer. Yes, you heard me, multi-award-winning podcast producer, Ambie Award honoree, social entrepreneur, is a visionary in building spaces where BIPOC voices and QT pop voices are not just heard, but also celebrated. They founded E3 Radio and co-founded the Cube. Let me say that right. Anna's mission is clear: amplify joy, center community, and create platforms for stories that deserve to shine. And today, she's back with us to share her radiant light as we explore defiant joy.
All right, family. Okay, I might be a little excited, but that's because we have been nominated for not one, not two, but 3 Black Podcasting Awards. Yo, this is unbelievable. For real. Like, no joke. Unbelievable. So these nominations don't happen without y'all listening. I am so grateful. Look, I even got a shirt. I host the Queer News Podcast. Y'all, this has been an amazing journey. And then there's one more thing I need. Just one more thing. So they've got a Listener's Love Award, and it's an award voted on by you. So if you really love the Queer News Podcast, go to my link in my bio and actually vote for us. You got to create an account real quick. It don't take no time, but vote for the Queer News Podcast as your Listener's Love Award. I appreciate y'all so much.
Hey. Oh man, nobody. First off, I know this is a Pastor Sue production. You understand? Because don't nobody use that picture and don't nobody grab that video. You know how many interviews I do? Pastor Sue be like, I like that. That's the one. That's the one I haven't seen. And that video, that's the one I want. This is why I say yes to Pastor Sue at 9 a.m. in the morning. Hello. What's going on, firstborn? Hey, Pastor Sue.
Hey.
Oh, good morning.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Award winning. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Grateful.
So let's just kick things off. We do know that finding joy it comes in some of the smallest spaces and places and everyday moments and the intentional practice that we employ. So what I want to find out from you is, what are some of the small everyday things that bring you joy?
My work brings me joy. The love of my life brings me joy. My family brings me joy. My dog Coco brings me joy when she's listening. Right? Joy is internal though, right? Also, let's also talk about that. Happiness comes from those things on the outside. You know, I have my prayer corner, I've got my meditation space, I have my journaling practice, right? And those things keep me balanced. And it is in that balance of all the things that you all said that I do. It is in finding the balance that I actually have joy in my work, where I can do my work and live my life and not feel as anxious every moment of the day. Because I think everybody on this broadcast is living at all the intersections, which means that at some point on any given day of the week, some part of our identity is under attack, especially right now. And as we head into 2025. And so it is imperative that we find that balance, right? Where it's unshakable joy, because they'll try to steal it outside. So, you know.
Unshakable joy. Oh, I love that. Unshakable joy. Write that down, Pastor, so I can remember that. Unshakable joy, for sure and for certain. How do you cultivate joy in your day? Like if something's happening, I know something's always happening in Anna Channge's world, like forever, and something's bringing. How do you bring that up? How do you cultivate that?
It's community, right? I don't think any of us were meant to do this alone, to do this life alone, to feel like we're on an island. And so it is in the close friendships, right? It is in those text messages. It's in the messages I get even on social media from somebody I don't know, right? And I'm grateful that my work is able to evoke some of that and bring it back to me when I'm on E, right? I feel like there will be times when you will find yourself on empty, but it is in the little things that show up. Yeah, I think firstborn, you were talking about that. It is in the little things that show up, the little God winks, as Connie Lindsay would call them, but you just got to be present enough to see them. And so I think that that's where your own personal work comes in, so that you can recognize it when God gives you a 3, 3, and a 3, okay? Or, you know, I ain't against no numerology around here, okay? I think the angels be trying to speak through all the types of ways, you understand?
Yes.
So, I try to find it in every little thing, because there is always something going on. Life is going to do what life is going to do, and there's so much that we don't have control over. But I have control over my own joy,
Right.
Have
Right.
control over my,
Okay, she's
what
speaking, ain't
brings
she?
me joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
When was
Can
the
I
last?
interject for a minute, Angie? Listen, I love what you said, Anna, about recognizing, right? Some of us are so overtaken with life, the way life be life in, right? That we cannot recognize the moments of joy.
Oh.
They're there. They are there, right? And so we become so our eyes become, I guess, clouded. We can't see, our ears are just jacked up, but we can't see, we can't hear, we can't recognize a joyful moment, and we miss the thing that helps to carry us over, because joy really helps to helps us to overcome,
Yes.
helps us to get over, helps us to get to the next our next iteration of life. And so thank you for raising that, Anna, that we need to recognize, we need to be able to be in a space to kind of recognize those moments of joy. So thank you for allowing me to interject right there, Angie.
Oh no, that's quite all right. I think that what's important is that we all are aware of how we define joy.
Yeah.
And the little things, especially, that we can bring to ourselves to be able to, because at any given time we need to call on it.
Yeah.
And you can't call on it if you don't know what it is, what it feels like, how to generate it, how to really and truly have it be present within you to alter and change some of our circumstances. Like Anna said, life be life, and when life is doing what it does, you need to be able to know what it is and how you can cultivate it and how you can bring it up. And I would just want to know, give us an example of the last time you were feeling something and had to call on joy. What that look like?
That's a good question. And it's a good question because oftentimes when something comes up, it's not something that I hold on to, because that's in an effort to protect my own peace. So when you all were talking, it got me to thinking about peace and hope as well. Like, joy doesn't stand alone. We can't move into these next 4 years just leaning on some joy. You better also be leaning on all the other tools, yes, and all the other lessons that were laid out before us. So I hope you also are leaning into hope, because we're gonna need a lot of that in the midst of all the mess. Okay, I hope you're leaning into that, and I also hope you're leaning into protecting your peace. I think that when it comes to business in particular, there's so much that happens. Chile, contracts gone wrong. Okay, decisions made in the name of doing it for the community. Okay, decisions made that just don't serve anybody when it ain't right. And I've made all those types of decisions, and they have not protected my peace. And so for me, it is, I got the word, because see, me and God be having a lot of conversations. We talk a lot. Okay. And I'm not always pleased. You understand? And so I need to be understanding what's happening in this moment, because I thought I learned that lesson already. Okay. And for some reason, it keeps coming, it come back around. And I got it. I understand. Can we please move on? I don't need the valley to see the mountaintop. Okay. But here we are. Here we are. So I'm just, when those moments do come up, I truly try to ground myself in trying to figure out the lesson that I'm supposed to learn in that moment.
Right.
And what I'm supposed to be doing to protect my peace and my joy, and to hold on to some hope, right? Mustard seeds are all we need. Yeah. Because we don't always make the right decision. Ain't nobody perfect, right? We're all trying to do the best that we can at any given moment. And I think it is imperative on us to look inward. I think sometimes we get so angry, fired up, disappointed that it goes outward. Yes. I also want to preface this by saying I'm a Virgo, I'm an earth sign. Okay. So I'm just naturally going to be inside my body. Okay. But I'm just talking to all my people who go outside their body. I want you to come back inside your body in those moments and just figure out what you're supposed to be learning in this moment, because God going to clear it all up. It's just, how can you learn to sit with this for a second so that you actually get the lesson? So the next time it happens, you can move a little bit different, and so that you can really stay tight, okay, like besties, with the joy and the hope and the peace.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, now you know, everybody knows how to cultivate joy in their everyday life because you just got it from my boss. He said, be besties, be besties. Have your joy, be besties.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You must.
Got to have it. Got to have it. Thank you so, so, so very much. I definitely
Yes. Thank you so much,
appreciate all of
Anna.
that. I'm so glad this is
I hope
recorded.
y'all taking notes, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Don't just come on here and watch. Again, we don't want to be talking heads. We want you to also engage with us. So tell us your thoughts about joy, about the particular, each of our segments. What are your thoughts? We want to hear from you.
Right.
And also, listen, ask questions. You're free to ask questions for to our guests as well. Yeah, this is not for you. This is for us, right? This is for us. We are in this together, and so we want to engage with you, of course. So I still see you coming in. Thank you again, Anna. I hope you're able to stay for just a little bit as we move forward into our program today. Really quickly, we are live on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. And so if you're joining us from any of those platforms, thank you, thank you, thank you. Be sure to share our broadcast today because, we doing this thing with Defiant Joy. So we have artists coming up. Her name is Cookie B, and she is a nationally awarded spoken word artist, celebrated for her ability to ignite freedom, amplify purpose, and to inspire. We like inspiring people over here. Fullness of life through her powerful performances. With over a decade of experience, she has captivated audiences with her unique tone and commanding presence, guiding listeners toward self-discovery and empowerment. Known for her impactful contributions to major brands, artistic projects, and community initiatives, Cookie B uses spoken word as a bridge to truth, resilience, and inspiration, leaving lasting impressions wherever her voice is heard. So let us now take a look at Cookie B.
Season for children or a season for sadness. But your reason for the season can be the reason you're still breathing. Some say it's Jesus. Some don't get caught up in things to believe in, but this occasion calls for a celebration of everything your life is and every way you can create it. I grew up in a household mixed with Kwanzaa and Christmas, mixed with family and laughter and what they said was a tradition. We ate and we gathered. Kids snuck sugar good after, but when my parents divorced, there came the end of that chapter. Life went from happiness and memories to why don't you remember me? Holidays brought choices to figure out on your own or settle with being alone. We go through losses. Our lives go through whose turns and tosses. Traditions get broken. We're left feeling hopeless, stripped of everything we once knew and once lived for. What brought joy now only brings sadness to endure. No more cookies and toys. No more reminders I love you. No more houses with noise and no more lighting candles. So what's new? We lose what it took to be grateful. And what it takes for that gratitude to help us actually move like we're thankful. Sometimes you have to fight to keep your smile. You have to make it accessible. You can't let life changes control and get the best of you. A few years ago, I had to force myself out of the cave so my heart didn't feel so at home. I swam to the surface of teary water to get out of a current with eyes closed. All faithful. I couldn't see a thing.
Well, thank you, Cookie B, for that submission. We are so grateful for your spoken word. Now I'm going to pivot it back to Angie to introduce our next guest.
Yes, let's keep it moving with the greatness. We got the greatness in the house. I'm joyful to be able to introduce and to welcome back the one and only Bubba Graham. Known for his powerhouse voice, infectious energy, and ability to uplift hearts through music, Bubba embodies the spirit of defiant joy. From the soulful melodies to honest storytelling, his music reminds us that joy isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's a bold choice, even in the face of challenges. Get ready to laugh, to sing, and be inspired as Bubba Graham brings his signature sound and radiant spirit to inspire. As we prepare to have Bubba join us, let's take a look back at a clip from the latest single, Perfect for the Holidays, Me, You, and Mistletoe.
Yes. Oh no, you got me nervous. I see you're nervous too. Why did we say we do this? I don't know what to do. I thought you were just joking. Thought I was joking too. Oh, buddy, someone's lying. Cause now I'm so confused. Guess now we gotta do it. I know you feel it too. Just gotta power through it. No need to overdo. How about we close our eyes then? Don't have to see the view. We count down backwards from 10. I'll leave the pace to you. Deep breath, let's slow down. No rush, we're here now. Adjustments, they won't know. Let's pretend me, you, and mistletoe. Da 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 do. Me, you, and mistletoe. Da 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 do. Me, you, and mistletoe. Da 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 do. Me, you, and mistletoe. Nobody's gotta know. Me, you, and mistletoe.
All right.
Y'all got me jamming.
I was over here doing the thing too, like me, you.
So, yeah.
Welcome, 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 Bubba. I am so very excited. I listened to your show when you were on with Susan before, and I was like, yay, did I get to introduce Bubba for sure and for certain. So we talked a lot about defining joy and finding joy in our daily practices and how that looks. But we also know that, you know, with all good things, here comes something coming to get you.
Yeah.
There's some external challenges that always kind of make it hard for you to hang out with your besties, peace, right?
Yeah.
And all that kind of good stuff. So what do you think are some of the biggest obstacles to experiencing joy in the world today for you?
I would say for me personally, and I think a lot of people can agree with this. By the way, you guys can hear me clearly? Are we good? Awesome. Is that there's that constant desire to seek joy and happiness and fulfillment outside of ourselves, you know, and we live in a digital age and a social media age where we are so addicted to the dopamine and serotonin hits from the likes and from the comments and from people telling us that we look nice or this, that, and the third, that we forget that the most potent form of joy, as a couple of you guys mentioned earlier, comes from ourselves, you know, and comes from that internal validation. I think for me personally, whether that was in the realm of dating, whether that was in the realm of me trying to figure out my purpose, whether that was going through school, I had the bad habit of really attaching my worth, which I feel like worth and joy are cousins, because if you have a good sense of who you are and your worth and know whose you are, then inherently what will be attached to that is joy, you know? And I feel that you know, growing up in my life, I had the bad habit of always looking outside of myself. But as I've matured and become an adult, which I hate being an adult, I have gotten the opportunity to learn that I can cultivate and as you said, Angela, dispense joy whenever I can and whenever I want to. I don't have to rely on something outside of me to make me feel good about me. I can feel good about me all by myself.
All right, then. I love that we're putting together a family. Boss brought us the besties, Bubba bringing us cousins. I can't wait to see who running this show, you know, parents, that type of thing. I love it. 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 I know there's been a time that you've had to go snatch your joy. Now, Sue said reclaiming, but I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. You know, if you're going to get your joy back, you ain't going to just reclaim, you're going to snatch it. When was the last time you had to go and snatch that? I mean, like you saw it go and you're like, let me go get my joy. Go snatch it back.
I'm so glad you're asking this question because this actually just happened last night.
Come on.
So I am really excited, you guys. I'm so excited. I have a date tomorrow. That we're going to an art museum. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be, you know. But yesterday, I really got in my head because I was like, oh no, like I really like this person. I really want it to work. Like, what am I going to do? And internally, I started to put this person on a pedestal. And I started to think that, you know, I was thinking so lowly of myself and so meekly of myself, and thinking that, oh, this person is just amazing. And we do that a lot too, right? Whether that's trying to interview for a job, or we want to get introduced to somebody or something, we forget our self-worth. And I really just had to snap out of it and realize that, you know what, as amazing as this person is, I'm just as amazing, and I'm worth love, and I'm worth someone thinking that I'm good looking, and worthy to be around. I am worth the attention. I am worth someone spending time with me. So I'm going to walk into this date now confidently with my head up, because regardless of what happens, I know that if it doesn't work out, it's less to do with me and more to do with that just wasn't my person.
Right.
And I can be confident in the fact that I am worthy of everything that is looking for me, which I believe is love. So yeah, that was just last night.
Right.
I had to snap back real quick. I was like,
Check
you
yourself.
Bubba Graham, you gotta, I mean, you are son of the most high. Come on, get it
Come
together
on.
now. Get it
Come on now.
together. You better act like you
So
know.
check
So,
yourself before you wreck
so
yourself.
yeah,
What
yeah,
stood out in that was when I said about going to snatch your joy back, most people think that you're going to snatch your joy back from somebody or something else. When you had to snatch your joy back from you, like, hey,
absolutely.
get my joy back. And I think that is imperative for everybody to know that sometimes we are the biggest culprit at going ahead and hiding that joy or kicking that joy to the curb when you have to go snatch it back, you're literally having to snatch it back from
Yeah,
yourself. And that's
yeah,
profound. That's profound. Sometimes it's not even other people, you coming to get it for yourself. And how did that feel?
absolutely.
How did that make you feel? Did you feel
It
joyful?
made it made me feel good. It made me feel like I was like a boss. It made me feel like I had it going on. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hold on, okay. I'm feeling myself because as someone, I even have a necklace that says it. I consider myself a lover boy. I'm a guy who like really likes the idea of romance and love and having little picnics and going out on a date and all this kind of stuff. But I was always giving my power away before. And that power, that self-worth and that self, I was always giving that away to other people and to the people on the opposite side of the table. And finally, for the first time in my entire life, last night, I had to have that conversation with myself and say, no more will you give your power away. You are a grown man, and you got to understand that if this thing passes you by, then it wasn't meant for you, baby. That person is not for you. You won't have to fight for love. You won't have to white knuckle, like grip it and try to hold on to it for it to stay. It'll stay if it's meant for you, you
Absolutely.
know? And I think for me, being that lover boy type, I was always associating my value with whether somebody stayed or not. And
Yes.
you got to understand that people are going to come and go, whether that's family, friends, or whoever, lovers, whoever. But you know who's going to stay besides Jesus Christ? You. You are going to stay. You got to look at yourself in the mirror every single day. So you might as well make good on being friends with yourself. You
Right.
might as
Right.
well say, look, I'm going to be here for you and I'm going to look out for you. And it's okay if it's us, just us for a little bit. That's all right. I got
Absolutely.
you. Jesus got us. We gonna be all right.
All right. Sue, I see. Look, let me in, coach. I see you over there like, what you got? What you got?
No, listen, listen, I just got to put that up. I need everybody to put their cash app in the chats right now
Right.
because everybody, we need to take an offer for everybody. But I'm just, I am overjoyed in this moment. I'm so because Bubba and I talked about the dating situation.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was so excited that you have this date, but more importantly, that listen, you know who the fuck you are. Like you just, yes, we cuss sometimes.
We grown. It's okay. We grown.
I cuss a whole lot off of the show. There's a difference between cussing and cursing, so I'm not going to break that down for you right now. But yeah, you have to know who you are. I love what you said about giving your power away, because we do that so often. We give ourselves. I'll never forget. Many years ago, I was in a relationship, and when she broke up with me, the thing that she said to me was that because now I'm asking why. I'm like all broken up, laid out on the floor in the corner, asking why. And she said, "You gave me too much of your power." It was easy to do, right? And so when we give our power away, we open the door for harm to come, right? We open the door for people to misuse and abuse us, right? We open the door for those things to happen. Hold on to your power. And hold on. Hold on to your power. Don't give it up. It's the same way joy is your birthright. That power is your birthright. We're born with it. And people and systems are banking, right, on the fact that we will give up our power. We will never give up our power.
There you go.
We know some people are anxious about what's coming. This administration is getting ready to come in, and yes, we know it's going to be a bumpy road, right? But we can't give it up. We can't give up our joy, and we can't give up our power. I'm just, I feel good all over. Who sung that song?
Okay. Right, for sure and for certain. Thank you.
Anna, I want Anna to say something because I see the reels.
I'm over here like it feel good. I'm like Stephanie Mills, yeah, Pastor. No, it's just such a word because it's so easy for us to give away our power. There's a wonderful business book called The Big Leap. And in The Big Leap, he talks about all these things that we learned growing up that we may not have been able to associate to our current behaviors. But he walks through those behaviors, and you begin to see how maybe why you are showing up in the world in the way in which you are. But to not do that work, you don't know why you are showing up in the world the way in which you are. You don't know why you are choosing to give away your power subconsciously. It's not even a conscious effort. These things are happening because we haven't done our own work. But Chile, once you do your own work, you show up like Bubba Graham on this date, okay? And you're gonna be be okay no matter how it goes. It's a big lesson I've learned also in entrepreneurship, because it is not always, you're not always at the mountaintop, right? And you're not always in the valley. So you better figure out how to just, how to be, and how to be by yourself. And what that means, I'm not necessarily alone, but sometimes I'm just by myself. And you have to be able to be okay with that. And a lot of people aren't. A lot of people can't be alone, right? A lot of people can't sit with themselves. And that's because we haven't done our own work. So, Bubba, you better show up to this date. I can't wait. Is there an update or something? I need to go follow you.
You know what? Yeah. Y'all have to get in a little group chat. I'll send y'all updates. I'm going to smell good. I'm going to look good. I'm going to send a picture. It's gonna be good.
I need to get ready.
And if you need to call one of us, right? If you need one of us to call you, if it ain't going right, if you need one of us to call you,
right. Just be like, I need to escape. I need to get away.
Get out of there. Come home. I love it. And it's such a small word. And the first thing I thought about is I talk a lot about how our authenticity is taken when we're young, or at 1 and 2 at 3 years old. And I didn't think about authenticity being connected with joy. So if we had to bring a second cousin, or or that authenticity, being able to speak your truth and to know your truth, and to have boundaries and all those things, so literally not just taking authenticity, our joy, the joy in who we are and whose we are, and be unapologetic. And yeah, that I was like, wow, that's a whole, Anna, that's a whole nother workshop. That's a whole nother, something. Yes. Oh yeah. Y'all bringing it.
Ooh, I'm so excited about. Thank you so much, Bubba.
Yeah.
For listen, both you and Anna, y'all done. I'm mad I don't have my little tambourine with me.
Right.
Anna, we gonna have to get together. We're gonna have to get together. We're gonna have a little chat if that's okay with you, Anna.
Yo, I want to know the recap. So yeah, it's okay. I'm about to go follow your handle right now. It needs to be like a get ready with Bubba, okay, situation. We need to what you wearing. I'm invested now. It's clear that I'm invested, and I think
I love
everybody
it.
tuned in is invested.
I love it.
Okay, because we want you to be able to take somebody on a picnic that deserve it.
That's what I'm saying.
Not just a
that
picnic,
deserve
but a
you. How
picnic
about
with
that?
somebody that
Oh, I
deserves
like
it.
that.
Come
Wait a
on,
minute. Let me
Somebody that
throw
deserves
some in,
it and
Anna,
deserves you.
Right.
Mhm.
you know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's another thing too, is that like when you don't know your power, just to cap it all off, you give it away so freely to people
Yeah.
who don't deserve it. It's casting your pearls amongst swine. You're just giving it all this value, this intrinsic value that comes from God Himself to people that weren't meant to be in your life. Let's talk about that. And secondly, that like have no ability to be able to reciprocate what you are giving them. And I just don't got time for that no more. Like I don't got time for that no more. So yes, people who are worthy of this energy, that's what we're doing. That's what we're giving it to.
Child, listen,
Right.
the chat is on fire.
Right.
I want to acknowledge some of you who are in the chat. We're so glad that you are here. Hey, Chuck Hunt, checking in from Monroe, Louisiana. Good morning and happy holidays to you. Chuck Jones, thank you for joining us there, brother. Oh, I'm your you're my joy too. Thank you so much. Minister Dave Tony, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Is that Bishop Jack? Listen, the bishop is on. Bishop Jacqueline Holland. She's on. Watching from Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you. She said that loving yourself, knowing your worth, that's wonderful. Chuck Jones says, I gave my power away in a 17-year relationship. And once we broke up and they called me a coward and a manipulator. Still figuring this out.
Wow.
Bishop says, doing our own work is key. Thank you for these great reminders, Anna. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave says, that's right. That deserves you. Right? So it's not about, us deserving them.
Right.
Right? Do they deserve us?
That's
Right.
Do they deserve us? We are going to take a quick break for some housekeeping. We are so grateful that you are here. I want you to do me a great big favor and connect, follow, like, and subscribe. So listen, when I started this a little over 2 years ago, it was under the Carrot Solutions LLC brand. Carrot Solutions still going strong, y'all, but I am building up the InSpire with Sue W platform. So go ahead, give us a follow if you already have not done so at Inspired with Sue W on Facebook and on Instagram. I'm going to be posting the other places we are shortly, but you can also head over to our website at www.getinspired.live. You can subscribe to our newsletter. So that you are kept in the loop of everything that's happening with InSpire. You can also watch all of our previous episodes, learn a little bit more about the show, and if you're so inclined, learn a little bit more about me as the host. So please do us a great big favor and connect, follow, like, and subscribe. If someone you know is on a mission to create change while inspiring others to do the same, we want to hear from you. We want you to join us on a future episode of Inspire. You can also visit our website for that. Once again, it's www.getinspired.live. You can fill out your intake form right on our website, and a member of our team will get back to you. Now, I'm going to do this I do this every broadcast because we do this thing in community. We are helping our dear sibling, Yanni, Pastor Yanni, Peace Pastor, however you know her, Reverend Yanni, to get a kidney. She needs a kidney donor. So she's in search of donors who are fairly healthy, who have the blood types A or O, who have the courage to commit to surgery and help save her life. She would love to share the safety measures with you. So to contact her and her family directly, please email peacepeopleinc@gmail.com. That's peacepeopleinc@gmail.com. You can also head over to emerylivingdonor.org and fill out that survey and enter her name, Ayana Davis. Let's do this thing. Let's help her find a kidney, y'all. Let's help her find a kidney, right? If you have a resource that she may not know about, a connection, an organization, please, 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 let's do this thing together. Let's share this far and wide. I know that working together, we can help Yanni find a kidney. So we are going to move on. Thank you for allowing me to do a little bit of housekeeping. We are going to move on in our program that is just filled me with joy already. And so our next artist is Trinity, Marshall Trinity Watkins, principal steward of Infinite Ways of Being, was introduced to Kundalini Yoga, I hope I said that right, in 2017 at a drum yoga retreat in Discovery Bay, Jamaica. From the first breath exercise, pranamaya, I think I pronounced that wrong, mantra, postures, relaxation, and meditation, Kundalini Yoga woke Trinity up and delivered them home. They quickly became a student and a container for the ancient technology. Trinity is passionate about guiding people to a deeper relationship with themselves and the life force energy, prana, through a structure and practice of Kundalini Yoga. A daily practice is something one can build one breath at a time. So let's take a look at Trinity in action. I love it. I love it. Listen, so there's something about drums. I think that's also embedded in us, right?
Yes.
The beat of the drum, we immediately something starts to move. We are connected to drums. And do me a favor, Angela, before I introduce Reverend Leslie, tell me the story about the person that Trinity is moving with inside of that video.
Oh my goodness. So that is, I know Trinity, and Trinity often speaks of this woman, and this is lady is in her 80s and still moving and still teaching Kundalini yoga, and it's just amazing. And when they told me how old she was, I was like, you got Stop lying. I don't lie on a Tuesday. We can't do that. And wanted to include her, and which I just thought was amazing. So, hey, you see, it can happen. If you keep joy in your life, you can still move like that in your 80s. Come on now. I told her I just want to touch the hem of your garment. Listen, come on now. So yeah, that was powerful. Powerful.
Yeah. And it was appropriate, right? That Trinity kind of invited her friend to move with her, because our next segment is all about collective joy. And so I am so happy to introduce my dear sister, Reverend Leslie. And we're going to have her back, but she's here with us today to help us talk about the power of collective joy. Reverend Leslie Oliver is a visionary leader, a creative powerhouse, and a theomusicologist. Her journey spans decades of ministry, music, and social justice advocacy. From leading worship spaces to amplifying voices in movements like the Poor People's Campaign, her work embodies the transformative power of joy as both a spiritual practice and a form of resistance. So brace yourselves. Let's get ready to be inspired by Reverend Leslie's wisdom, passion, and unshakable joy. And as we get ready to meet her, let's take a look at her in action with some other folk we may know.
Women can preach. How women can preach. Hey, conquer. Women can preach. How women can preach. We can't be erased. Cause we got a place. We were chosen and saved by His grace. Women got power. We can empower. There's no limit to what we can do. We even inspire. We're royalty. We were created. Women can preach by the King. How women can preach. And they can conquer anything and bless this world. Bless this world. We're our gifts and our anointing. Strong. We're royalty. We were created. Women can preach by the King. How women can preach. And we can conquer anything and bless this world. Bless this world. We're our gifts and our anointing. Here in the kingdom, there's no competition. We just want to spread His love. There's only one mission to preach His word, exuding forgiveness. I am the one, so God was chosen.
They really wanna know how. I tell them, God, I just wanna preach and say His name loud. I just wanna love and make His heart smile. I just wanna give and make Him real proud. Inside of me is legacy. I am ordained to help set you free. So women will preach, it's not out of reach. It's destiny, we're conquering queens. Shine.
We're royalty.
Royalty.
We were created.
By the King.
And we
Yeah.
can conquer anything.
Women can preach
And bless this world.
bless this world.
We're our gifts and our anointing. Strong.
We're strong.
We're royalty.
Royalty.
We were created.
By
the King. And we can conquer anything.
women can preach
And bless this world.
bless this world.
With our gifts and our anointing.
She opens her mouth with wisdom and song. The teaching of kindness is all on her tongue. A servant for Him, committed to one. He gave His life, He saved my life. I give Him His son.
So I owe Him my life. I owe Him my all. I owe Him my best. I just wanna do right. He still showed me love when I failed the test. When I'm crying at night and I'm feeling down, He's whispering yes. You are a conqueror. You are a conqueror. You are a conqueror. Yo, so it's blessed.
Strong. We're royalty. We were created. By the King. And we can conquer anything.
Women can preach
And bless this world. We're our gifts and our anointing. Strong. We're royalty. We were created. By the King. And we can conquer anything. And bless this world.
God's will is his good, pleasing, and perfect will for your life. I am so grateful to God that his word is proven true. He's faithful and the vision has come to pass.
Yes.
Listen, we was back here jamming. I see Vivian back there jamming. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good morning.
Listen, that certainly brought us joy, dear sister. How are you?
Absolutely. I'm well. Gracious awakening, people. I woke up today.
Joy.
That's enough, right?
So if I'm going to be here, might as well be here. If I'm going to wake up, might as well wake up. Might as well.
Ooh, that's
ain't alive for nothing.
Listen, we're not breathing for that. All right.
Oh, I love that. We're not breathing for nothing.
I need to pause.
Right. I'm writing it down.
Wake up, you might as well wake up. You're going to be here. You might as well be here. Might as well, Joy.
Might as well.
Somebody did not wake up today, even though they're alive. They didn't wake up today. They didn't wake up alive. They woke up but not alive. Dead in spirit, dead in, dying dead. Yeah. I was there, so I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Come on for the resurrection.
Every day. We were born again every day.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right. Listen, we're not gonna make it.
Right. Okay. All the pastors on the line. I'm over here tapping my feet. Like, what?
I've been through too much not to have joy. Listen.
That's good. So you just order, right?
Just order.
You just ought to have joy. Let us talk about some know you as Reverend Leslie, some know you as Pastor Asai. Let's talk about the power of collective joy. How do you believe the concept of joy plays a role in building and maintaining community? Because that's where the bulk of your work is. You do a lot of your work in community. So how does that concept of joy play a role?
So first of all, so you can create your own definition of joy, but if my definition, Oxford says that joy is this feeling of gladness or happiness, right? I like to couple the book definition with exegetical analysis of joy, which is in Nehemiah 8:10. Ezra told the people, go on and eat the fat food, drink the stuff. Now make sure the people that ain't gotten nothing taken care of, because that's what a joy is. That's what a joy of the Lord is, your strength. Let's go ahead and be happy and be glad and take care of each other, because that's where the real strength is, and that's what God wants you to do. So in my work, and this idea of collective joy, it is all about, listen, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Ain't nobody going to give it to you. They can't take it, period.
Yeah.
What I'm reminded of all the time is, how did my ancestors get me here? How did they get me here? At some point, they had to recognize that true joy was inside, and collective joy is how they got me here. At some point, they had to just pause and say, you know what? Okay, all hell going on around me. But inside myself, these forces cannot stop me on the inside. I had to get to a place in myself where, wait. Because I done been through hell and back. If you name the hell, I done probably been through it, right? But at one point, God was like, but I woke you up today. You breathing. Yeah, you walking, you talking, you got clothes on you, you got a roof over your head. Appreciate it. Gratitude woke me up really quick. And as I begin to share my thoughts and experiences with coming alive with gratitude, other people latched onto that. when I began to share that with other people, it just kind of, a light bulb kind of went off. And so as I went into community to talk that talk, people started listening more. And then it became a passion for me to share that with as many people as I could, and to get as many people as I could to share with as many people as they could. And so I like the term collective joy, because that is exactly what I do. Nobody can take away what God has given me. It's in here. All those intangibles. My definition of joy would be a sleepover with the intangibles. An infinite sleepover with the intangibles. Peace, integrity, good character, virtue, kindness, gratitude. Just imagine a whole bunch of pillows in the living room, blankets, and you got all the intangibles snuggled all up in your neck. That's joy for me. And that's what I'm chasing every day. And I'm taking that experience out of my space into the world to try to get as many people as I can to envision and engage that. I say it's a sleepover with pillows and stuff. It could be a party. It could be doing a wobble at a wedding reception. It could be eating buffet style. It could be watching a game. My goal is whatever you can do to remember that God will take care of you. If you can find the happiness and joy in that, there's nothing that external forces can do to you innately. That's how my ancestors got us here. Yeah, but that's why I'm not online as much. Politics is a hot mess. Well, it's been a hot mess.
Yeah.
Folks have been stealing from us since they figured out who we were. That ain't gonna stop. They wouldn't be stealing from people who weren't important or who weren't of value. I said this in a sermon once. The superheroes don't pick on ordinary people. They fight superheroes. Superman is not concerned about the lady at the counter at the Dollar Tree. The man who's trying to take Superman's, what is that? Kryptonite, whatever that stuff to make him strong.
Oh, that make him kryptonite?
He ain't bothered with the dude that work at the Home Depot. He trying to get Superman. People want to get you because they know who you are. My challenge is to help you figure out who you are and rest and find the joy in that. I'm a bad sister and I know it. And I don't care if you don't know. I don't care. I know it. So I walk into the world. I walk with a different kind of swag. Yeah. You know that meme that's going around? It's somebody is walking with heels on. And it's click, click, click. It's some meme that's going around. That's it. Life is a catwalk, yo. I'm saying, and especially on top of all I done been through, I'm gonna have you scaring me? No, you ain't scaring nothing. So that's why I'm starting with myself. If you let media play with your head, it will. I had to learn how to cleanse and release all of those toxins from my world. If I don't turn on the TV and I don't turn on the internet, let me go somewhere and create something. Let me go somewhere and pray. Let me go drink some water, eat some fruit. Let that, that's going to be what it's going to be. It's been what it's been. The stronger we can get stronger if we start in here. You can't make the folks respect you. Respect yourself. Take care of yourself. Protect yourself. Okay? I have a 22-year-old daughter. I can pour into her. We can pour into the children around us, the young men and the young women around us. Let's focus our energy where it can be useful. Arguing with a TV and these quote-unquote idiots in the government house. They sit in a house that a black man made. You're sitting in a town that black folks that made wonderful. Let them have that. It may not happen in our generation, just like it didn't happen in our ancestors' generation, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I believe that. Change is going to happen.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave that to the ancestors and the universe, and we're going to put our energy into building strong young people, strong babies, I'm thankful for my time as a teacher, taught for over 22 years. And what I made sure I did was I didn't tell no lies, and I made sure I tried to pour into as many young people as I could while I had the opportunity. Since we don't know if we're going to wake up tomorrow. So I'm going to spend today stressing over you. I'm not. I woke up today. I'm excited about that thing. I know what it's like to wake up and see gray clouds. Even though the sky is blue, I see gray because of depression and all the anxiety and all. I ain't got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. So my goal, let's take these ideas that I've been talking about. Let's share them with the people. Power to the people. Give the people not only what they want, what they need. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
Finding your joy and sharing the stories. It's the stories, the storytelling. That's, you know, and so while I'm chasing or uncovering, excavating my worth, I'm sharing that story. Preferably it'll inspire others, you know, and so that's the work. That's what I do. And I do that with as many people as I can. It can start with my neighbor. It can start with the person at the grocery store. That's why I've started to change my language. So one of the first things I do when I see somebody, how are you today? Cashiers, Wendy's person, the Bojangles. I love Bojangles biscuits. They're so good. Anybody that's in the service industry, the first thing I ask him is, how are you today? You know how many people don't hear that? You know how many people don't hear I love you? So it's the worth, WORTH conversation. It's the gratitude conversation. And it's the storytelling that I inherited from my ancestors that I bring into my work, my outreach work. And that's how you build collective joy. Give people something to think about that they ain't been thinking about. I have Snoopy here, right? I have a piece of art behind me. The art saved my life. It's so therapeutic. Just taking colors and playing with it. Snoopy, my first toy when I was 5 years old, reminds me of the happiest times of my life. I've been listening to the Christmas album, the Snoopy Christmas album, Amazing Jazz. Joy, this reminds me of a good time. Jazz doesn't always talk back to you. It can put you in a nice, serene place. Find the things that make you happy and multiply them, and then tell the stories. That's collective joy. For me. That's what it is.
Thank you so much. And so joy is something that of course we have it, but we also give it away. And that's how it becomes this collective joy. That's how we spread it, right? That saying hello, that acknowledging someone who may not have been acknowledged, maybe even their whole lives, right? So when I preside over for our services on Sundays, I always tell the people in the congregants, the virtual audience, to call someone's name, type their name out, let them know that you see them, because so many have not been seen, right? Nobody has called their name. Nobody has paid them any attention, but they somehow made it to church. They somehow made it. They signed in, right? They logged on to service. So let them know that you see them. That is so vitally important for us to spread the joy, right?
Yes.
Spread it. And that's how it multiplies, not only in community, but in us. Right. You know, and part of that, and you mentioned that, and you mentioned it, Pastor Sai, and Anna and Bubba and Angela also talked about this inner work. It really begins with us. We have to stop looking outside of ourselves, right? And listen, there's not one person on here that has not had some type of trauma, some type of horrible thing that we have had to navigate, right? It is our responsibility to do the inner work.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's our responsibility to do your work and stop expecting and anticipating and throwing off other people that they have to do the work. No,
you can't
do
find
your
joy without
work.
it.
That's how you snatch your joy, and that's how you're able to give away some joy.
That's it.
Absolutely. That's the whole truth. That's the whole truth. The title of my book I came up with, There's 3 parts in it: healing, growth, and transformation. And that transformation piece couldn't have happened. And it happened because I looked at myself. So in the healing, in the hurt part, I'm pointing my finger at everybody else. Look what they did. Look what my community did. Look what my part did. In the healing part, I was all upward, inward and upward. God said, me and you. The transformation is when I took responsibility for myself. You can't transform until you can see yourself. And I love what you said. I believe that shared stories save souls. It's the reason I did Black Rainbow Love. It's the reason I put Poetic Alchemy. It's the reason I live transparently. And it's the reason I don't mind being the example. I don't have to have a ministry to be an example. So you can see this is how you fall and this is how you get up. Because I didn't tell a lot of people about how to do that and how to do that. Somebody said the other day on Facebook, she's back. They don't know that I've been crawling the entire time. But when I did get off my knees, honey, listen. Listen, I love everything you said about that, because I too work in the community. We all do work in this community. And sometimes when you're being starved by the community, your joy has to come from inward and upward. Inward and upward.
That's
many times it's all I have. And sometimes I didn't even show up for myself. It was just upward.
Yeah.
It was just upward. So thank you.
That's why I'm where I am now. I had to push everything else back. Look at me and start with me. You know, doing the simple things for yourself, spending time with yourself, having conversations with yourself, taking a look. You know how many people don't look in the mirror? How I look? Don't be asking nobody how you look. Why don't you look at yourself? No one can see you like you. You know, and what you think, you know, let's get at why you can't look in the mirror, or why do you think you see what you see? What's behind that? So you're right. The work starts with you. Can't have the true joy unless you do the work. And so I'm fortunate to be doing the work, because I go to therapy regular. I need to keep my pencil sharp. And I, just like you, transparent with all of the things, because we have to help save the people's souls here. People are wearing the clothes, they got the brands on, they got the house, the car, all the Facebook, Instagram followers, but they're dying in here. I don't care about politics. I care about when people wake up in the morning, if they're granted the grace to do so. What's going on in here? These two. Let's reconcile these, my heart and soul. Let's reconcile those. Reminds me of my mother. We grew up in the welfare, and we was eating pork and beans and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in the projects. But the way she walked to church every Sunday, you couldn't tell. She walked like Queen Nefertari or Nefertiti somebody. You couldn't tell that she was struggling. It's the way she held her head up and walked. You know, so we have to remember that it starts in here and it starts with us. My job is to bring that message creatively, through the art, through the music, through the expression, because that's just who our people are. And if I get you to smile or pause and think about something I'm saying, then I've done my job. And I'm good to go. Simple stuff. It don't cost a lot of money. It's simple. The world wants you to think it costs a lot. What's the use of me running in a gym? You know, my mind all tore up. I tried that. I got a gym membership now. I ain't been there in 3 months. But this is the workout. This is the workout. Tapping into my mind and my heart. I want to make sure that when I lay down tonight, I'm smiling when I go to sleep. Plug, shameless. Self-care alarms. I'm encouraged every time I talk. I tell people, put a self-care alarm on your phone. When you wake up in the morning, hey, gorgeous, what's up? In the afternoon, you doing okay? You doing okay, Queen? I have several, and I'll put them in the chat. But I have several self-care alarms. Instead of alarm for work, alarm for pills, or alarm for bills, put self-care alarms in your phone to remind you to begin a regimen of self-care that will breed the joy. Will come. It will come if you work it. It works if you work it. So that's the last thing I wanted to say. And everywhere I do my outreach and collective work, I bring that up, and it's already rendering great results. So collective joy is possible when we keep it simple and we start with self.
Woo! This is so unbelievably rich. Oh my God. Thank you so much. We will have more conversation coming up. I want to just do a quick shout out to the people that's on, and then we're going to bring on the fabulous Vivian Devereaux Valentine. I'm so excited to have her with us. But thank you, my dear sibling, Dr. Renee Amin is on. My sister Allie is on. This is who the cup is from, yeah. The tumbler, Allie is on. Thank you so much for joining. She said, you never know. Oh, yeah, back to our previous conversation about you never know who just wants to be seen and heard to share their life. Happy holidays to you there, Dr. Rainier. Chuck Hunt says, it seems like we just got finished with the holidays from last year. Yeah, it went by rather quickly. Trigger Ferragamo. Brandon, it's so good to see you. Trigger says, love you, Pastor Si. Minister Priscilla is on. Happy holidays to you there, Minister Priscilla. Thank you so much. I see Caldwell over there on listen, we got folk watching on Instagram. Hey, Instagram. I'm so glad that you have joined us today and that you are enjoying our holiday broadcast. We are going to move forward into our program. We have an amazing individual coming up. But I realized that I mistakenly jumped over an artist, and I need to, and maybe it's appropriate that she's that Tona Brown is going to be in this spot. Tona Brown is an acclaimed violinist, a mezzo soprano, and the first transgender woman to perform at Carnegie Hall and for a sitting U.S. president. Her career highlights include singing the national anthem for President Obama, starring in productions like Swore Angelica and As One, and advocating for transgender issues through her show Conversations with Tona Brown. As an educator and motivational speaker, she inspires transgender youth to pursue their dreams with resilience and confidence, leaving a profound impact on both the arts and advocacy communities. And so let us take a look at the amazing Tona Brown in action.
That part. Yes, that part. That
That's
part.
all I can muster.
Yes.
Whew.
All of that.
Thank you, Tona, because we felt that. We felt that in our bodies. So grateful for her submission. And we are going to move forward. Jesus, I can't even talk. Ooh.
You said move over, huh?
Move over.
I love it.
Whew. Vivian Valentine. Vivian Devereaux Valentine. I'm so excited that you are joining us today. Created by the visionary entrepreneur Cabana Black, Vivian is a force of talent, class, and unapologetic authenticity. Hailing from the vibrant island of Barbados, her artistry blends cultural richness and with iconic influences from legends like Diane Carroll, Grace Jones, and Rihanna. With a style that's equal parts elegance and edge, Vivian Valentine brings a unique presence that lights up every stage. So let's get ready. Unforgettable conversation filled with creativity, passion, and of course, defiant joy. And as we get ready to meet Vivian, let's take a look at a clip from a recent performance.
Take all of me, baby, baby, can't you see I'm no good without you? You took the part that once was my heart. One night, take all of me. Thank you so much.
Hello, hello, hello.
Vivian, how are
Hi.
you? Oh, it's so good to see you. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your patience as we got through the the part of the rest of the program until we got to you. But
Honey, it's okay. It was a marathon. We had to do what needed to be done.
Listen, I couldn't think of a better way to cap out our program today because you said something. Where did I get? And you know, of course, I peruse social media pages, and this quote from you stood out to me. It said, "Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would be a drag queen." Right? Because we also had a conversation. You said it has saved me from a space of darkness and filled a void in my life. For
Absolutely.
you, your drag queen persona brings you joy. It is joy. You have found joy in it. Tell us.
Well, first of all, thank you so much. I'm quite honored to be amongst these great, beautiful human beings, giving all this wonderful energy and motivation and inspiration. My telltale story for me is joy. It comes out of rejection. And I feel like joy is a journey, and it's also necessary, and it's also something that is an obligation and responsibility. It's just like, hope and love and all these kind of things. It's an action. It's like you have to participate in it. It's not something that it just, to me, happens. It's something that you have to ignite from yourself. And so, unfortunately, during COVID, I lost a pastor friend named Michael Green, who was very special to me because he was like my bodyguard in high school. He really was a form of light because I was always bullied for my femininity, for being dark skinned, or eyes, glasses, you name it. That was the deal with me. And so during COVID, he'd had his ministry online and he got sick. And, in my head, because I'm Kojic, I'm church, come on, glory, hallelujah, all the good things. Over and over and over and over again, roll your boat. But when he passed, it shocked my faith because it was the second time that has happened to me. The first time was when my mother passed, and I believed God was going to heal her, and it didn't happen. Even though I was young, my faith was big, tsunami, and I still left a kind of stain, but I kind of like tucked it away. And then when he passed, it reopened itself, and I really started to question my faith because I just believe so strongly that if I believe a thing, it's going to happen, right? But what happened was something bigger for me, and that was the journey of joy, the journey of life, and coming out of this make-believe thing that we do in this world called Earth, and how we facilitate people's perceptions, even in the Christian world, the saved world, especially. I think that we tend to, I don't know if I'm getting in trouble, but it is what it is.
No, go ahead, speak freely.
We tend to allow the fantasy of being holy instead of giving them the reality of being faithful.
Ooh.
Faithful is not about...
Say it again. No, don't even...
We tend to give them the fantasy of being holy instead of the reality of being faithful. I had to be shaken and stirred. I had to be knocked and rocked. I had to be beat up in order to get where I am. My faith does not come from me living in a fantasy world. My faith comes from actually a painful situation after situation after situation after situation after situation. I told someone yesterday that if you see someone always smiling and always filled with joy, more than likely those people have the greatest pain. They understand it, and therefore they know how to fight against it. They know how to beat it. And that's the thing that I think is missing in teaching life to young people and to old people that didn't get the lesson when they were young. That life is going to bring you whatever it's going to bring you. But whether you are faith-based or you just me-based, some people do not believe in God. You have the choice to choose how your outcome is going to be. Now with me, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. No weapon formed against me shall prosper in the name of Jesus. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways and he will direct your path. I know the word in, out, up, down, around. But what I didn't know was life. And you're not going to get that just from the book. And that's what Jesus did great. He lived life out of the book so that we could have it. Because he was the Lord. He was the book. He was the word. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, like, not to go real deep, but I can only, share where I'm at right now, is that the joy that I have, it comes from me tired of not being happy. Someone told me when I was working at the YMCA, when you have suffered enough, you will suffer no more. I didn't get it then. I held that thing because I was young. I was like, I don't understand what that means. But as life went on and loss came and disappointment came and my joy was challenged, and I couldn't turn to a friend, an uncle, a cousin, a sister, or brother, and it had to come back to me because it always comes back to you. I had to realize, when are you going to suffer enough? When are you going to be so sad that you don't want to be sad no more? So joy now is, no matter what comes at me, it doesn't shake me no more. Because I've already hit the bottom. And people will box you on that thing. Well, there's so much. No, there's not so much. Everybody's bottom is different. When you hit the bottom, you'll know where you are at that point in your life. And then at that point, it's nothing but up. And so I encourage everyone to not be afraid of the journey of life. Because life is here for you to learn and make mistakes and get beat up and hurt. Because we're not on this earth for ourselves. We're actually on this earth for each other. That is why fellowship is so important. It's not important because I want to be a teen, like, hey, how you doing? So good to see you. Yes, it is great to do those things, but we're here to support each other in different areas of our lives. When I may be up and you're down, I can go down there and bring you back up because I can give you information that you need. I feel like we're doctors and nurses to each other. And they always say the church is the hospital. I feel like the world is the hospital. And we are all working together to make it better. And, these next 4 years, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I cried for 3 days. I was devastated because I am a gay, Black, queer, drag queen that loves God. All those things don't make sense to the world.
Right.
They don't make sense to the world, so and they don't like us. So it makes me nervous. What does that mean for me? What do I do? Because I can't hide myself, and I won't hide myself.
Yes.
And I look at all I'm doing is entertainment. And I'm going to share this with a lot of people. A lot of people don't know I'm still a virgin. Yep, the cookie has not been taken. Come on here, God. Amen. I'm still single. I'm still happy. And I'm a Peter Pan. I love making people happy. I love making people smile. But people judge you by what they see and what they hear, not what they know. They judge you by what they see and what they hear and not what they know. I went viral, almost 1 million views for shouting in a church in drag. I put in the caption, the church invited me, number 1. It is an allied gay church, number 2. Number 3, the theme was drag yourself to church. So I was invited, it was themed, and I was welcomed. And I had an opportunity to praise God as just me.
Yes.
I decided to post it. 40,000 comments later, I experienced such visceral and hate that I could never imagine. Like, to the point, like, you need to be dead. You need to die. Like, it was, and it's still going on. But I've already been through. I already hit the bottom. So you can't mess with me now.
Yeah.
You can't touch me. You can't handle me. You can't deny me. I'm undeniable now. See, do you see how that switch up happened? When you finally reach a place where you know you are not going back there, can't no one bring anything your way that you won't look at and say, not today. Yeah. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Matter of fact, not ever. That is what joy is. Joy is the experience of living life as free and as possibly limitless as you can have it, so that when people try to box you in and tie you up and shake you down and try to break you, it's like they're touching thorns from a rose bush. It's like they are smelling something so sweet. It's like, wait a minute, this can't be bad. You switch up from your bottom situation, like from the thing that you suffer from the most, it challenges everything inside of you to be great. That's why I love Cicely Tyson and the different actresses and Maya Angelou and all these people, because they suffered for their gift. Your gift may make room for you, but nobody talk about you suffer for your gift. Because if that wasn't true, Christ suffered for his gift on the cross. Don't play with me.
That's a whole nother.
See, people don't see people. It's cute, but it's not cute when it's time to be real. Mm-hmm. What I love about, before my mother passed, she would read the Bible to me like a story, all of it. So I know Noah, and I know Solomon. I get excited about this thing. I know Samson, because when I was young, instead of wanting to be like Spider-Man and Batman and Wonder Woman, all these people, I wanted to be Moses, because he, led the people. But I didn't want to be disobedient and not check the people. This is me at 7 years old. I wanted to be Noah, but I wanted to make sure that I follow the rules. And I wanted to be, check this out, Lucifer, but I didn't want to fall like he did. I wanted to be Samson because I'm strong, but I wanted to make sure I didn't, I knew the consequences of my actions. Those were my superheroes in the Bible. So I just think that joy is almost like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X for me. There is a time for you, you're going to have to stand up for it. You're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to really believe that you deserve it. Because if you don't, just like you talked about giving away your power, and just like she said that, no one can take your power, no one can. You just surrendered it. You just gave it up. And if you sink in quicksand, that is your fault. And we need this, because going into these next 4 years, I remember God giving me a word. I was a preschool teacher for 13 years. And I was looking out the window, and I'll never forget it. It was like a black bird showed up every day for 7 days. I was like, where's the black bird coming from? And I never thought bad about it. And that's another thing. We think everything black is bad, but that's how they like to set it up. Check what I just said. Catch it. All right. Dip that in some salt and then make it sweet. I'm so country. Okay, back to what I was saying. But on the 7th day, God said, you will see destruction, but you will not be destroyed. Now, anybody that's really know the word of God and know prophecy doesn't mean that it's going to happen today. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen tomorrow. It can happen a decade and decades later. And now this word, you will see destruction, but won't be destroyed, it started ringing back to me that the times that we're going in, because we're in a age of computers and social media, and our young people do not have boundaries. They don't know mystery. They don't know conversation. All they know is text, Twitter. They are only fanning politics, and politicians don't even know politics. They're entertainers. We are in a world where no one has responsibility or balance. So something has to happen. And that's the thing about what I love about common sense. Sometimes we don't want to use our common sense because it makes us responsible. It makes us stand to the plate. And those, like Nina Simone said, artists are supposed to reflect the times. In this time, this is what we're supposed to doing. What we're supposed to be doing. What you're doing and how you have us on this platform, this is exactly what artists are supposed to do. We have to sound the alarm like in school days. Wake up. When he was screaming, wake up. We have to make people not be ready because it's coming. It's already here. I mean, just yesterday, what did they do? They allowed Elon Musk to what? Take $190 million from cancer research from children. Not the president, Elon Musk. So when I'm talking about joy, joy is deep for me because joy saved my life.
Mm.
It really did. And the whole drag thing, when I did drag, it was a choice because, you know, Michael passed and I was like, well, I gotta live. And I was like, well, I'm gonna jump out of a plane or I'm gonna do drag. Of course I didn't do the plane because I'm still a chicken. But I did drag. And the night that I did it, just to cap it all, I remember the words freedom jumping over my head. And it was finally a place where my sexuality could have a playground, where my femininity could go to places on swings and seesaws without being judged. Because typically Cabana Black is a safe, conservative gay guy. The Ellen DeGeneres, of Virginia. Very dependable. And so people put me in this box. But drag allowed me to see that there was more to me than just that box of being a gay man that people like because he's nice and he loves the Lord and he doesn't cause waves. But in drag, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So joy is about a journey. It is about responsibility. And it's also about understanding that you have to own it. You have to own it. And if not, it is very possible people will steal your joy because you are not protecting it.
Mm.
So to bring it all in a circle is like everyone tag teamed where you're supposed to go with joy. And I feel like my part in this was to be like, wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love
With a
it.
smile. Sorry, let me give you a smile.
Okay. You all know that I'm the queen. Some of you know I'm the queen of acronyms, and everything that you all have come up with. The acronyms for joy: journey of yourself.
Woo.
Just own you.
Word.
Just open yourself.
Wait. We need to write these down. We need
journey of yielding. What you just spoke about, Vivian. Journey of yielding. Journey of yourself. Just own yourself. Just open yourself. And journey of yielding. Those things will bring you joy.
That is great. Love it. Journey of you.
Woo. Allie, my sister's on. We need some t-shirts.
Yep.
Right.
That's a brand right there.
Yes, it is. Yes,
and that's what we have to take into this new year. Cause I started in November and October, started realizing like, it felt like everybody was really going hard buying stuff and really doing stuff this, for Christmas. And I was like, this is interesting. I wonder what it is. And I said, you know what? It's the unspoken. People know that something is coming. And they're trying to have a vacation now. But this is not the season to have a vacation. This is the season to really step up and understand that, like you said, JOU, journey of you. You got to get ready. And when I think about it, it makes me go back to Noah because people thought he was crazy. They thought he was crazy and said, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? But when that storm came, and it's not, and to everybody watching, I'm not saying this to bring fear because God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. He hasn't done that for us. He's given us all those things, but he's also an advocate of the truth. Prepare this. We got people that are mentally committing suicide. We have people that are scared out of their minds, and they need strong individuals that will be able to speak to their hearts. And when calamity comes and trauma comes, you can't be jellyback. See, I'm raised by collard greens and grits and those candy yam mothers. Like, I'm raised with the slip hand and the rose bush thorn outside. Like, you gotta have meat on your bones too. Like, joy is it's wonderful. It is the happy feeling. But joy does come with a price. There's a sacrifice for joy. Do you not know? People do not know how many people that they love that's out here smiling on these social media platforms, and they're fighting for their joy because of their circumstances, their bills, their children, their sick parents. Like, they just lost, I have a friend that just lost his son, his twin. And he's going back to work, being an advocate for the people, but it's a fight. I mean, this is recent. I know it's a fight because that's your blood of your blood and your bone of your bone. But he's still out here giving joy as an ally to our community because he's an ally for the gay community. And I text him all the time. I uplift him all the time. I send him message all the time because we gotta do that for each other. That is joy. We gotta share with one another. We gotta enrich each other. We gotta sow seed. Yeah. So, yes. Right. Amen.
Amen.
Sorry.
Listen. Amen. No. Sorry. For what?
Honey, I look here. Wait, let me fan myself. Wait a minute. Hold on. Get it together. I done got a little hot in Jesus. Roll your boats.
This is what happened when Sue puts some people together. When Sue makes stew.
We love Sue. You know, Sue to put some holy soup together. Come on, Sue.
Right. Sue soup. Listen, I said it before, but I am completely overjoyed. And I am inspired. Right?
I am too. I'm definitely inspired.
I'm inspired. I pray that those of you who are viewing, those of you who will catch it in the replay, that you are inspired as well, that you will lean into your joy. Lean into it. Right? And use it as your weapon.
Yes.
It's a tool, it's a weapon, it is something tangible that you can use. Right? Use it. I want to know from each one of you, how will you use your joy as a tool to resist? How will you use your joy as a tool to resist? And so while you're thinking about that, I'm gonna go to Bubba first.
Of course you would choose me.
Come on, first date.
Of course you would choose me first, Lord. Viv, I got to tell you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your message and your encouragement meant the world to me. Oh my goodness. I appreciate you and I thank you, and all the pain and the things that you've experienced. It's for such a time as this, because I'm taking what you gladly served up and I'm applying it to my life from now on, especially as a queer Black man. Like, I am definitely running with this now, and that's something that I wouldn't have said on a public platform. But you know what, baby? Time is ticking. We got
Come
stuff we
on
gotta
here.
do. We got stuff we gotta do. I don't got
Come
time. I don't
on.
got time to be hiding from nobody. I don't got
Come
time for that. But anyway, y'all see next summer, June 1st, the first day of Pride Month. Keep your eyes out. We got stuff planned. But anyway,
Amen.
the way I'm going to use my voice now will not just be in a way that helps me to feel powerful, but use my voice just like Vivian did to uplift other people by sharing my story and sharing all of who I am. Being a big black man from the South with a deep voice, who a little bit country too, um, acknowledging publicly that you're queer or acknowledging publicly that you have same-sex attraction or that you're gay or whatever is something that we don't really talk about and we don't want to talk about. You keep that in the family. And it's so imperative now, the days that we're coming into, that I got to bring all of me to the table because it's not just about me anymore. It's about those coming after me, and it's about these that are running this race right along with me. So moving forward, I have to use that tool of joy to be able to speak life into others by sharing, hey, this is the truth about me, and you ain't doing it by yourself, baby. I got you. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Listen, I before I go, because I don't know if you can speak, Anna. I know you've been typing in the private chat. If you could, I don't know if you're able to speak. Okay, there you are. Listen, before I go to Anna with the same question, I'm almost in tears, right? Because I'm grateful that together we created this space for Bubba to speak.
Yes.
Right.
Thank y'all so much.
Whew, we love you so. Okay, I ain't gonna cry. Go ahead, Anna. How will you use your joy as a tool?
By continuing to show up and do my work that I've been called to do, I think if no one gets anything out of today, it's that everybody here is doing what they've been called to do. They are working in their purpose, on purpose, not on accident. It's intentional, okay? Vivian Devereaux said, we suffering out here. I can't even talk. I don't even want to begin on what suffering for your gift or your craft looks like. But I'm just going to keep showing up, which is challenging at times. It's hard. It's hard because the platform that is Queer News, right? Queer News it is depressing, downright depressing so much of the time. And so much of what we hear is sad, right? And it breaks our hearts. And I also recognize the way in which I've been called to deliver it, right? It doesn't always have to look like that. There is a lot of joy happening in the community. There is also a movement of resistance that's happening in the community. And all the bad that is happening, there's also good happening. Amen. And so I'm just choosing to use my voice and the platforms I've built to show that there is good happening, to give people hope, because we need that to be able to show up every day in our everyday lives doing supernatural, superhuman things. And so that's what I plan on doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Anna. Pastor, aside.
Authenticity is one word that comes to mind. I'm gonna be me. I know somebody in hip hop did a song with that name. So I'm going to be here. If I'm gonna wake up, I might as well wake up. If I'm gonna be alive, I'm gonna be alive. If I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna bring all of the things that is me to the room, every room I step in. So nowadays, when I have to preach somewhere, I bring my Sojourner Truths, my Pauli Murray's in the room, my daughter, my mother, my grandmother, my great grandmother. I'm bringing myself as a womanist theologian, Black theologian. When I talk, you're gonna get all that. Whatever I say, you're gonna get all that. And I don't care who's listening, who don't like it. I don't care. I'm gonna wear the colors I want, cut my hair when I feel like it. I'm gonna eat the good food. I'm gonna have the good martini. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do that makes me happy. And I'm gonna let God present a table for me in the presence of my enemies. I'm going to be authentically. And there's nothing, let people be mad, let them talk. Let the world do what it does. If I'm going to wake up and be alive, then I'm going to do just that, be alive. So I resist by being. You ain't going to shut me up. Preachers ain't gonna shut me up. I ain't even minding to this nonsense. Women can't preach. Boy, please, none of that. I'm gonna bring all my degrees in the room, my seminary degree, my creative. I'm bringing all the stuff with me. You gonna get all this every day. I'm a home girl. You gonna get all that. Me and my gay self preaching the Holy Ghost. I'm gonna do all that, all the Pentecost stuff. I'm gonna do all the things authentically. Because period. So I am an act of resistance. I am a revolution. I'm going to teach that to every little boy or girl I see. Whoever crosses my path, you're going to get so much authenticity. You're going to be sick of me, and I hope you choke. You're going to be all right. You're going to choke. I hope you choke. That goes for the people. That goes for the haters, the people who do not. Because, you know, we got people who didn't expect us to get this far, and they're looking like, how in the world?
Right.
Yeah, you thought that what you said or did was going to destroy me. No, y'all going to be sick of me just because I'm just that great. And I think the more people we teach that, the stronger we'll get. We out here trembling and cowering for what? For people who stole and doing us like they doing because they know they wouldn't be doing this. Like superheroes attack superheroes. People with power attack people with power. I know that. That's why I wake up like I wake up. Because if I'm going to be alive, I'm going to be alive. Period.
Listen, we need another shirt. I am an act of resistance.
Yes.
Go
ahead, Vivian. How will you use your joy as a tool?
I'm going to take what I've received from y'all and to remember to encourage myself that I deserve happy days because I am an activist and I do have to work tremendously hard in this realm, especially being a full-time artist. So just like, you know, everybody else, I deserve a little love, a little more joy, a little fun. Little collard greens, you know what I'm saying? So to remember that joy is also for me. Because when you're doing the work, sometimes you forget that the work is for you too. Mm-hmm. And I being around y'all today, it helped me to say, don't forget yourself. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Angela, listen, I'm a pivot it over to you.
It's all about intentionality. 2025 is going to be intentional. 2025 not going to catch me doing anything accidental. All things will be intentional, including the impact, which is going to be the resistance. And of course, I got an acronym for impact. Impact means to intentionally motivate people to act, change, and transform.
Come on.
That's my assignment. I will continue to do that, and it will be resistance in that. The stronger my people are, the more resistant they will be to the shenanigans.
Right.
So if we can make an impact, we can make people stronger. Resistance is we got our strength from our ancestors, but be clear, we are not our ancestors. And where there might not have been resistance in those places in the way that we're going to bring it, if I impact somebody to make them strong, I've done my part.
Amen.
So
what about you, Sue? What you got?
Yeah.
What you bringing? What you bringing to the? Wait a minute. What you bringing to the sleepover?
Listen, I'm bringing myself to the sleepover.
Come on, what you bring to the soup kitchen?
I'm bringing me.
We love it.
And I have to say that because I normally wouldn't bring me, all of me, right?
Yes.
Me, including the parts of me that I want to hide, the parts of me that I am ashamed of, right? The anxious me, right? The neurodivergent me, the neurospicy me, right? Those parts of me that I wrestle with and wish were different. And so for me to lean fully into joy and to be able to use it as a tool of resistance, I need to, all of you say, I need to bring all of me to the table and not leave any part of me outside on the other side of the door. So that is how I will use joy. I have to lean into it myself, snatch it back myself so that I'm able to bring all of me to the table.
And speaking of lean,
wait. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
The comments. Queen. First of all, Queen is my love. So thank you for joining. She's like, I'm gonna use my joy by twerking. Help us.
Come on, twerk for God.
But I will bring the joy in my little shoulder this morning. So amen.
Amen.
But I'm gonna pass it back to you, Angie. But I'm so full. I am full. And this broadcast this morning, because yesterday morning, I was like, I'm not gonna do it, right? Because all the T, and I'm quick to tell people, like, it's okay if all the T's aren't crossed and all the I's aren't dotted. Like I have perfectionist way. So I was like, I'm not gonna do it because I didn't get this, that, and the other, and it's not flowing, it's not gonna flow the way I wanted to because I have it in my mind how it's supposed to, but this was divinely orchestrated.
Right.
And I have to be okay with not only leaning to joy, but leaning into the divine, that God could do things way better than I can.
Come on. Come on.
God could see an outcome way better than me, right? And so the divine knew exactly what was needed in this moment. As we discussed Defiant Joy, I am blessed. I don't know about anybody else. Well, I see the comments. So people, yes. I am so incredibly blessed by your yeses, by your yes to the divine or the God of your understanding, your yes to you, right? For you showing up in the ways that you were born to show up. For you putting yourself on the line, for you taking the risk, for you not throwing in the towel, for you not giving up, right? No matter what life threw at you, you still kept going. And Caldwell said it best on Instagram, like our testimonies, like how we overcome by the word of our testimonies, but so do others.
Yes.
Our testimony is not just for us. Our testimony is for others, right?
Absolutely.
Because if they see that we have made it, then they can make it too. So thank you for bringing your authentic selves, right? For filling us, for inspiring us, for giving us hope. Woo, all the things. Thank you. I'm gonna pivot to Angie.
Thank you.
Right now in this moment.
No, I was just hopeful that you're not too full, that you won't give us the poem that I know that you can give us about finding joy. And I say to people, it's our gift to open, but it's not our gift to keep. And I'm so very happy that you all have opened your gift, found your gift, and are actively and intentionally giving it and sharing it with others, because that's what it's about. And it does start with a story. And I tell people all the time, self-care, you don't have to spend any money to take care of yourself, because self-care can look like so many amazing things that you can do. It could be setting a boundary. It could be sharing your story. It could be anything. And I think that's important. And I'm happy to know that there are other people out there doing the work. Sue, did you see, without me having to step into my therapist role, everybody talked about therapy. Everybody talked about working on themselves. Everybody talked about growing up. That's what I'm talking about. That right there, my heart was like, ooh, because I'm trying to be in this space and be co-host and not be, Angela Harvey, the motivational, and everybody. I love that. And literally, without people's permission, people are going to take those things home.
Yeah.
Oh, they talked about therapy. They talked about being vulnerable. They talked about, and all of those things equaling joy.
Yeah.
Joy. It is not the pursuit of happiness. We have everything it takes to be happy and to be joyful. You don't have to pursue anything, but you do have to go inward and bring you out.
Amen. Amen.
Finding joy. Finding Joy.
Finding Joy. Thank you for being a fabulous co-host.
Oh, it was my honor. Not even
You
pleasure.
got to do it again.
It was my honor. It was my
You have
honor.
to do it again soon.
Yes.
I want to be sure that those of you who are watching are following our guests. We want you to stay connected with them. So, of course, I'm going to tag them at the end, but we want to be sure. I know you guys put everything. I'm going to just tag over this chat. I'm going to put it all in there. I'm copying and pasting this. But as we do that, Vivian, tell the people where to catch you, where to find you on the socials.
You can, as I'm look, as I was trying to type it in right now. Hold on, let me see. I'm typing right now. Hold on, let me see. Sorry. You can get me on Instagram at Letters of a Drag Queen, which I'm putting in right now. Yeah, there I go. I did it. At Letters of a Drag Queen. That's the easiest way. So it makes it real easy. You can find out all the things I'm doing. So once again, it's Instagram at Letters of a Drag Queen, which is LETTERS of a Drag Queen. And you find out everything I'm doing, Cabana's doing. And of course, if you did not know, I sing. I'm the male lead for the Fuzz Band. We will be performing at Waterside for New Year's Eve. If you want to come out and be entertained, because I love to sing. That's my first passion. Fuzz Band is my family. And then I'll be doing a lot of great things at the top of the year. So I hope to be collaborating with some of y'all from this group. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with me. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you. Pastor Asai, where can folk find you?
All right, so usually you probably can find me in your city somewhere trying to get the people to wake up. But if you want to catch me on social media, I'm on there rarely, but you can catch me on my Facebook page. I put it in the comments. I don't know if you can copy and paste this for folks.
Yes, it's all in the chat.
Yeah, you can catch me on my ministry page, Eastside, period, on Facebook. And you can catch me on Instagram at the _outreach_sanctuary Charlotte, posting, putting up pictures, funny memes. My job is to make you think, make you feel good about yourself, make you laugh. Yeah, so I do a monthly art therapy experience called the Free Verse. So look on my pages and look out for that. Come join me with some art therapy, some spoken words, some music to help you feel good and happy about yourself. Don't forget to put a self-care alarm on your phone today, something that makes you smile about you. Peace.
Thank you. Bubba, where can the folk find you?
Yeah, so everybody can find me at I am Bubba Graham, at I am Bubba Graham, anywhere. That's Instagram, that's TikTok, that is YouTube, that's Twitter, at I am Bubba Graham. Hopefully you guys can come along with me on this journey of me becoming a music superstar. We'll see. We'll see. God has been good and God has been faithful. So big things have been happening. So I'm really, really grateful. I look forward to interacting with everybody on those pages.
Yes. Anna?
Yeah, you can follow me at Anna Deshawn across all social media. I have a great time on TikTok. So here's to TikTok surviving. Also, I host the Queer News podcast. I drop an episode every Monday, 4 or 5 queer news stories that you need to know about that you probably haven't heard about. So catch me there. And then we're producing podcasts with the Cube, TheQube app. And if you're into podcasting, looking to find and discover your next favorite pod, connect with us at the Cube app.
Thank you, Anna. Angie,
Thank
where can people find you?
They can find me at Angie Harvey Speaks across all social media platforms. And my granddaughter will tell you I'm Googleable. So you can just Google Angela Harvey. And there I is.
All right. And of course, you can find me at Sue A. Webley everywhere. If you're looking for Susan A. Webley, you can just type the name in. You can find me. For InSpire is at InSpire with Sue W on Facebook and Instagram. And at Carol Solutions LLC everywhere. So that's where you can find me. And so as Angie has reminded me, this is a piece that I wrote during the pandemic. So it was literally, it might have been the week of, it was March 26, 2020. And And I realized that so many people with so much loss that was happening, that we needed to kind of find joy in order for us to make it through. And so I want to share it as we close out today. I'm going to share this piece with you. It's called Find Joy. Find joy. Find it where you can, when you can, and as often as you can. Intentionally and desperately open yourself up to the endless possibilities of good, especially when it feels like good is in short supply. Grab a hold to joy, latch onto it, embrace every moment that is light bearing, even when it feels like your clasped hands are being pulled apart and your locked fingers are being pushed back, and the disease that is darkness is trying its damnedest to pry it and rip it and snatch it and toss it into the abyss called despair, if only to see if you will follow. Take in joy. Take it in like a full course meal, and as you chew, let it feed the pieces of you rendered malnourished, starving for the restorative virtue that is found in a touch, in a kiss, in a hug. Like a cool drink, let it revitalize the parts left dried up by poured out tears and lubricate the areas atrophied by standing in one place for too long. Seek out joy. Search for it, for as long as it can be found, hope will abound. And hope is the thing that keeps us, that covers us, that saves us from being stuck in the worry rooms of our own minds. Hope is the thing that reminds us that no matter how unsteady our legs are, a reservoir of strength yet exists. It is the thing that our ancestors took up, storing it in quilt squares and hair plaits and in drum beats and dances, in spirituals and in underground places, and glancing upwards, sorted out amongst the stars, because they understood that if their people and their people's people and all those who would appear for generations to come were to survive, that hope, fueled by the found joy, had to be present. I thank all of you for joining us today. Find joy.
Yes.
Find joy. We will see you again next year.